It's a CNC custom seat. You see it's all wrapped up in this bubble wrap. I just took it out of the box. I ordered it on Tuesday and today is Thursday. Just a couple of days. It's pretty impressive for a custom seat. It's not too extravagant as you'll see, but they had to make it. Why I went with this seat, I'll be quick. Basically there's always a cost factor. La Para does custom seats as well, and they seem to be super high quality. And as much as this seat costs, which is slightly embarrassing, that would be that much more. Also, I wanted something with a backrest, but also something that was either a solo seat or something with a fastback, or some of the smooth line that wouldn't ruin the lines of the bike. So Mustang actually makes a fastback, but they don't have a backrest option. I'm not even sure if I'll use it. But what I don't want to do is get a fastback seat, realize it's not enough for a really long trip, and then have to buy a whole new seat. So customer service there was great. They're super responsive. We had a quick conversation. He sent me a bunch of options. I picked a couple options. We had another conversation. He sent me more options for stitching colors. I selected it and it was done. So very impressive turnaround. Mustang also had a wait time of 4 to 5 weeks. I didn't contact La Para because of the limitations with the flexibility. I think if it was a La Para kind of thing, I'd probably have to wind up getting 2 different seats. That's a nice option for some people, but that's why I wound up with this one. Also local, they're in Los Angeles. I just moved from Los Angeles. I'm in San Diego, so the ship time is pretty quick. So here's the packaging. You can see it's one big blob. It's all held in tight together. Here's a backrest up here, so I'll dissect this. There you go, there's a backrest. So that's it's actually kind of maroon, the color I chose, and I'm glad I went with Darker because I don't want a bright red anything on this bike. It's just not what I'm going for. I want it to be more subtle, so even this maroon looks much brighter in person. So it's a double stitch. That's, it's a diamond double stitch. You ask with a diamond, and then you get a double stitch to bring the color out a little more. And that should be the pattern on the big seat as well. So under the cardboard and under the bubble wrap, there's more plastic here. So this thing's wrapped up pretty good. For you guys that are pretty far away, I'd feel very comfortable with this shipping across the country. There she blows. See, that's this angle is what I was looking for. Look at the back support on that. That's really what I was looking for. And the lighting here isn't so hot. It really seems super nice. It does. It has a very solid feel to it, as the seat should. But it's really that backrest portion. Without the actual backrest on there, that's what I wanted. That angle right there for back support, because I may not even need this thing. And if I don't, I don't. But at least I don't have to, take chances and wind up having to buy a whole new seat. This is very well covered. I mean, it's all hidden under this thick rug-like material. You can't see anything really because it's just all black. But I try to bring it on the seam here. It comes right up to the edge. Maybe this light will do a better job. But you can see the stuff comes right up to the edge of the leather and tracks all the way around there. So, very well done. So I'm very pleased with what I see so far. If it fits well and it feels good, those are the next 2 steps. So let's hope that's the case. It went on pretty easily. Very easily, actually. Just slid right on there. No hassle. Dropped in. I've seen some other seats, some people got to wrestle this part in, and it wasn't the case. I mean, it's a little stiff, so a little bit of pressure here. Conformed the seat beautifully. It screwed on in. It was nice and aligned, nice and straight. Wasn't crooked at all. Just took the backrest off, so sorry about that for mudging. And I was tucking this inside the backrest, so it looks like I got a little grease on that label, but it's a motorcycle seat. It's going to have grease and all sorts of excretions all over it. That's just the way it's going to work. So, I like the look of it. In terms of pure aesthetics, I think the solo seat is going to win because I like the bare fender, but in terms of practicality and comfort, the fastback is the way to go, at least for me. So I'll give you a picture of the lines on this. I'll do a photo comparison of the lines, at least the profile with the stock seat solo style versus this seat. Let me get this cover off of here. I hate that carbon fiber pattern. I hate anything carbon fiber that isn't there for a purpose. So carbon fiber for design drives me insane. If it's not a sheer weight saving or strength issue, and it's carbon fiber patterned, or even carbon fiber, it's real stuff, it drives me insane. I can't stand it. So this is not long for this world. Either the cover or the whole air cleaner itself. Some of these, conveniently enough, have a red oil and a more exposed filter, so may work out well. Anyway, you can see the red here. It's a decent match in terms of the color. So there's a little bit of red on the bike, and I don't want to overdo it. Air filter maybe something in the wheel, but you can see the profile it's pretty well preserved. It's nice compared to the stock 2-up seat, because that pad in the back is really thick. So I'm very pleased with the fastback. You can see that back support as well. It's pretty substantial. I put the backrest on as well. I can tell you, without the backrest, if I didn't order the backrest, I would be happy. After I put the backrest on, I can't go back. You can't wrestle that backrest away from me unless it's from my cold, dead hand. So, I like these labels here. These are very robust, very high quality, but I'm a little anal, little OCD with especially visual stuff, like many of you guys are, and I don't like stitches that aren't well aligned. And I can see that. Well, first of all, the fit. Look how it's tucked in here beautifully. I didn't have to wrestle this at all. It slid right in, and it's just it's a butting the tank itself, but it's not jammed in there. It's not a big gap. It's very well designed, and you can tell they put some substantial research into this and probably played with it to get it to fit so well. So I'm very pleased with the actual fit, how the contour fits the bike. I'm very pleased. Someone can hop on there and go for a short ride, a longer ride. It'd be a different story, of course. So look at the stitching here. This is one thing I noticed. The bike's on a slant, so maybe a little askew from your point of view. So try to look dead on from the front here. Maybe that'll help. But look at the symmetry there. I want you to keep your eye on this, okay? As you can see, I'm just trying to prove it's in the middle. Look at this center label here, and look at this piece right here, okay? Now follow the diamond straight up. It just bisects the middle. So someone put a lot of care and effort into making sure this is symmetric. Now, the askew view, here's what I was pointing at here. Trace it all the way back. Bisecting diamonds all the way back. Bisecting, bisecting, bisecting. Right in the middle of the label. Now, for someone like me, that's very satisfying. When we follow it through, we get a midpoint here. Bisecting, bisecting, bisecting. Right in the screw. I don't know if this is hand stitched or not. I think it probably is. However they accomplish it, I'm very pleased with that, because asymmetry with this diamond type design would bother me. And even these areas, and I don't know how they manage this, but look at this half diamond compared to this half diamond as well. I mean, it just lines up so well. Someone put a lot of care and effort into this. This compared to this, I mean, if you really pick it apart, you can pick up millimeters. But this fabric is stretching. They're pulling this fabric, manipulating it, put a lot of pressure on it. And to get this accurate, I think it's just astounding. It really is. So, hats off to you, CNC. Hats off. So that's the seat. I'll get to the other side as well, as long as I don't get hit by a car, because that would be an unfortunate ending. I don't know if you'd see this footage. Let's show Minner's footage at his funeral. It's the left side view. I think it's great. Just turns the bike into something that has a little more flavor, a little more character. As an aside, I didn't engage the kickstand fully. I had it just resting lightly as I moved my car quickly, and I paid the price because the bike went on to topple into the side of the garage. It didn't hit the ground, so this is dented, took the impact. You got paint transfer here, and some scratches that are deeper. So fortunately nothing here is that expensive to replace. Fork slider replaced, the rest either detailed or replaced as well. But you know, shit happens. So let me put that backrest on here, give you guys a look. So at the backrest, when I first put it on there, it scared me because, what scared me from the beginning was that it might jam me up. You know, I don't be all jammed up. I'm 6'2", I'm kind of tall, and I want to, you know, you can see the fastback has a bit of a slant backwards, so you can get some back support and keep your arms away from the bars, so you're not all clenched up. It has a screw back here. I have it fully extended out, or at least I think it is. I'm still playing with it actually, and this seat actually tilts back, and it currently is tilted in the furthest back position I think they offer, and you can push it forward as well to bring you closer to the bars. So this thing is going to bother me with the oil and all of this, but here, to be honest, once again, motorcycle seat. And considering how incredibly comfortable this is, I'm going to have a hard time taking this backrest off. Has a little notch in here. I think that's where it catches. This leather can accept this little tab. At least that's how I do it. Slips it in there nice and easily. Covers up the leather. Gauge all the way down. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. But there it is with the backrest. Now I know, what a shame to put a backrest on this bike, considering how beautiful the lines are. I know, but I bought the bike for comfort and to go a longer distance in comfort, but to also have some style and some character too. So that's my balance. But the backrest, it's well designed. It feels incredible. I'm spoiled. That's all I can say. The foam itself, how stiff it is compared to stock. When you're sitting in it, it feels stiffer than stock, but you know, I've been sitting in the stock for a couple thousand miles now, and to me it never was a problem with the foam itself. It was more of a problem with the lack of back support. And I think the seat is actually narrower, and the way I know this is, you can see how this lines up with the frame right here. Stock seat extends over this area, and you can feel it as well. So for my small to medium, probably like more of a medium-sized ass, it's perfectly adequate. I don't hang over the sides. Feels very comfortable. You guys are big asses. And you know, the worst part is I can't give you any advice unless someone with a big ass sits on it. So if somebody with a big ass sits on it, I'll let you know what they think. But keep in mind, it's a bit narrower than stock, but it still extends beyond my bones, so I got plenty of room to move around. I haven't been on a long journey with it yet. We're just about to head up this road. This is the same road I did the introduction video on. I'm just about a few hundred feet up because something broke down in my prior spot. Thank you for that, but I feel for you. And AAA is there, so let's get rid of this dust cover here. So let's explore this road with better sound, of course, because we get those slip-ons on there and it just makes the experience so much more fruitful. And I'll segment this video. The sea stuff is over. I'll comment on it on the longer rides, but I'm not going to make a half-hour video, because the attention span of you monkeys, I know, it's only like 3 minutes. Just kidding. Peace and love. Peace and love.